Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to be inviting others in. Let's see. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. I'm trying to sign on to my computer as I wait here on my phone. My computer decides to act up. Facebook's not letting me in, so. As others come in, let's see if I can welcome people in on my phone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Richard. Hi, Sonia. I had to switch to phone, you guys. My computer's not letting me log in. So hopefully I can do this okay. I'm just waiting to let everyone come in. We're going to be talking about why we should invest in the stock market and about my tour that I'll be on in March. So I got lots of good information and information that you'll be able to share with, use yourself and take to others, and to tell you why you should be investing in the stock market. Hello from Cali. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. I'm using my phone, so pardon me. My computer is not doing what it's supposed to do. So I have to learn how to do this. So I'm holding it. So I'll try to be steady. I am a nurse, so I should be able to have a steady hand. So it's 3 o'clock. I'm going to try to see if I can invite some others in while they're coming in. Wave to me. Let me know you're there. Hi, Tasha. Hi, Joyce. I won't take up a lot of you guys' time. I know it's Sunday afternoon. I'm here in California, so it is Pacific Standard Time. And I know on the East Coast it's 6 o'clock, so it's a little bit later. So a lot have already either went to church or got some things to do. So I'm just popping in here on behalf of Secure the Bags. That is a tour that I'll be on in March. But I am here to talk about the stock market. Well, it's 3:06 right now. So I have people here. So we're going to respect your time. And then just share this. You can share this live. Invite people in. Let them know. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Helga. Hi, Ravi. So I'm going to start first by talking about myself, because I do have a lot of new people who don't know who I am. So if you already know me, just listen for a minute. Maybe you'll learn something different that you didn't know, because I have to talk to the people who don't know me as well. San Pablo in the house. I'm in San Pablo too, you guys. So I am Donna Rosby. I am a registered nurse here in California. I work in Sacramento, California as a heart failure coordinator. So I do work part-time still. I also am an investor. I also am a mother and a grandmother. And I have to start by saying a lot of this and what I am doing, I have to give accolades. It's a positive and negative. His name is John Fisher. So I have a master's in finance that I got in 2011, just because I've always loved numbers, love money. I've always wanted to be all things money. And so that incorporated in my mind learning everything I need to know about money. So what happened was John Fisher. I went to one of his courses to learn that when you get those little ads in the paper and it says come get a free dinner and learn about this or that, about retirement. So I went there and he was talking about annuities, which I didn't know anything about. Make a long story short, a couple of months later, he offered me partnership in his company. However, I did have, because he liked that I had a master's, but I knew nothing about annuities. I didn't have my license. So he said, well, you have to go back to school, get your license. I went back to school, got my license, license to be, oh my gosh, a licensed insurance agent, because annuities are insurance policies. And needless to say, I went back to him. By that time, he had already hired his daughter. His daughter was going to take over his company, and there was no position for me. So I had just had this license and did not know what to do with it. Time moves forward, and I just kind of not doing anything with the license, still working, still trying to figure it out, what was going on, what I was going to do next. Mine here and now. Then I get a letter in the mail offering me a job at this one insurance company. I was able to sell my annuities, learned all about annuities. So that was my insurance part, my insurance leg. Now, if we go back further than that, I have been in the stock market and have an investments club since 2005. My first investment club I had started in 2005 with a group of nurses that I am with now. Very successful club. And since that time moving forward, I have four investment clubs, and I have consulted on many. So investment clubs has always been, I love the stock market, which is why I'm here, which is why I do it. I eat, breathe, live the stock market. So in addition, I had the stock market, I had the insurance, and I actually had a job at H&R Block where I did taxes for a while. So I started my own tax company. So the Rosby Tax Company. I have a tax company. And then I wrote a few books. I Am Mrs. Dollar. So for those of you who have read any of my children's books, I am Mrs. Dollar, the founder and maker, author of her, and I teach financial literacy to children. What birthed from Mrs. Dollar is Dollars Have a Destination 501c3. And that's where I will be going out to schools, educating children on financial literacy and teaching families and mothers and fathers how to teach their children financial literacy so that they too can leave a legacy for their children. And because I do all these things, I am a speaker. So I speak on any of those things, all things money, that might incorporate any of the four things that I've talked about. So that's a little bit about me. Next thing is what am I most currently doing that is the most prominent thing. I have funded Funding the Block. I am the founder of Funding the Block, which is a private equity real estate investment club. It incorporated 100 people that I have brought together, and we do hard money lending. We will be investing in real estate. We'll be purchasing, buying. It's a wonderful platform. That is my most recent endeavor, and I'm very proud of that and very, very happy with all of the investors who trusted themselves and their finances with me to go along on this very, very successful and I wouldn't say volatile, but fun journey. So I'm going to rewind back and give my accolades to four other ladies. I am here because you just learned a little bit about me, but I'm here to promote the tour that I'm going to be going on, which will be in March 20th through the 21st. Tamara Neely is the nursepreneur. She's a nurse I had to write all her stuff down. She is phenomenal. I have never met her yet. I feel like she is my sister, but her specialty is government contracting. So she does multi-million-dollar contracts with the government as a nurse. She's a nurse practitioner. She has multiple businesses. She also does contracting. She also works with, has a HIV clinic. just has it all. She is smart. She is sweet. She is African American. She's a successful nurse boss all the way around. So this is her tour that I have been invited to. So I want to definitely give accolades to Tamara. The other two young ladies that are with me, that's Tasha McCrae. She is our real estate guru. So this tour is going to incorporate all things money in business. So we have a real estate person, which is Tasha McCrae. Tasha McCrae Investments is her company, and she will teach everything that has to do with real estate. That's wholesaling, that's flipping, buying. So if you want to know anything about real estate from someone who's did it and still doing it, Tasha McCrae is your girl. So she's going to be the top real estate person that will be on the tour. And the last person I have is Miss Chanel Washington. So Chanel is who keeps me, because if y'all know me, I am not the social media woman. Even doing this, I'm coming out my box and talking to you guys because I think what I'm doing and what we are doing is very important and relevant, and it just doesn't get talked about enough. And people say, why are you doing this? Because I want people to know that we are able to do it. I want my friends, my family to know that it is something that should be done to not only people that look like me, but everyone, because I have clients of all nationalities and they all want to know what's going on with their money. So I'm here to let them know as much as I can. I do 401k asset allocation. I work with nurses, helping them change their allocations in their 401k to get the most out of what they do have. So, the average investment in my 401k and any of my clients is 19%, not 5%. So things like that, just a little bit of knowledge can go a long way, and just empowering everyone that I know around me and anyone who knows me. When I'm there, I'm going to ask you a little bit something about your money and how you're doing and what you're doing with it. And if I don't ask, then that person will ask me. So Chanel is our business strategist. So she's our marketing, she's our branding. So she helps me learn the Instagram and how to go live and all these things that I need to do to make me visible to you to get this information that I have out. Everyone has a story. Do I like talking about myself? I do not. But if I don't tell my story, then no one will understand why I do what I do. So everything that I do came from somewhere, and everything that you do comes from somewhere. So someone needs to hear what you have to say, no matter what it is. So that is my encouragement to everyone. Tell your story, and someone's going to need it to move forward. Legacy building is primary to me, and building a legacy means my great grandkids, who I won't be here for. Tasha talked earlier about this, and it's so relevant. When my mom passed, I remember when I went to the funeral. I didn't have a good relationship with my mother, but when I went to the funeral, it was standing room only. Could not get into the church. There were people everywhere, and I couldn't understand what this woman had did that caused that she these people. I didn't know her well like that. So, she left a legacy even when now that she's gone years later. Your mother did this. Your mother was so kind. She came to my house. She took care of me. Whatever it doesn't have to be a financial legacy. It just needs to be something that you're remembered by. So I can tell my granddaughter what her grandmother did. So you want to leave a positive legacy for when you're not around also. But having a little bit of money definitely doesn't help. So I have to go over some questions here because I don't want to keep you guys all day. So I'm going to start with the first question. I did my background already, and let you guys know who I am, what I do, why I do it, which is very relevant. So my second question that I'm supposed to ask is, why the stock market? Well, why not? Trillions and trillions and billions of dollars is traded every day. Our company, the United States, is made up of nothing but companies. Where do those companies get their money from? How does it trade and transfer? Every company has to borrow. They either borrow or give or trade or takeovers, and that's all flowing through the stock market. So the companies can't just go to banks. Their banks are more for us. So it has to be a way to flow through the economy. So the economy is companies. Companies is the stock market. The stock market is where lots of money can be made. As we know, Warren Buffett, who is where I started learning about the stock market. I said, well, how do the rich get so rich? I'm always digging into something. So how do they do that? So I studied Warren Buffett. And you guys know he's the second richest man in the world. If you're gonna do something with someone who's done it. So don't do something or learn something from someone who has not touched what you've touched, who's not done what you've done, because they won't be able to answer the question that you're going to need when you hit that part of I don't know what I'm doing, or I have a question here. If they haven't done it, it's going to be kind of hard. They're going to read a book just like you do. So you want to follow someone who's done what you've done. So I chose the best, which is Warren Buffett. Learned the stock market. So I trade in the stock market like Warren Buffett. I am not a day trader. I am a nurse. So I call myself, we have two different types of traders. There's a fundamental and there's a technical. So the technical is the one that has the charts and the graphs, and they're the day traders. They have all the computers there that they read to see how the market's doing. I'm kind of busy. I don't really have a lot of time for that. Do I want to day trade? Yes. Will I day trade? Absolutely. But right now, it's not what I do. It's not what I teach. The next is the fundamental. So most of us are fundamental. I know nurses are. So when I teach the stock market to my nurses, I teach them just the way they learn. When you walk into and I teach people just the way that same way, because you have to learn the balance sheet, know what's going on with the company, know what's going on with the market. You want to know what's going on before you put your money into something, or if someone tells you to put your money into, you want to know a little bit about it. When people ask me to invest something for them, that's not going to benefit them, because if I'm not here, then what are you going to do? And then that one stock that you invested in, I can't watch it all the time because I have mine and the people and my clients. So I need to teach you how to fish, not fish for you and bring the fish in, because then there's nothing you'll be able to do afterwards. So fundamental is me teaching you the fundamentals. Is it hard? No. Is it busy? Yes. But what else? We do a lot of things. We are on social media. We're doing a lot of things. So do you have to do some reading? Yes. But my goal is to break it down to very simple. Sometimes there's a lot of words. There's a lot of numbers that really are not necessary to make the investing in the stock market successful. So I keep it down to teaching you what you need to know. When you find out that you are a success, that you can do it, that you've made your first $100, then you will want to learn more, because if you give somebody who some money and they make some money from it, they're going to want to do that again. So you will want to learn once you get the basics. So teaching you the fundamentals is just like anything. When you build a foundation, a solid foundation, you can move forward after that. And I know I'm talking fast. I got to make sure I slow down. So why the stock market? Like I said, why not? In the stock market, you can trade every single thing: stocks, mutual funds, CDs, ETFs, bonds. Everything can be traded one way or another. But I stick with individual stocks, because if you can do an individual stock, you can do ETF. You can do a mutual fund. A mutual fund is just a bunch of stocks all put together. Your 401ks are full of, is a mutual fund, because it has multiple vehicles, which multiple stocks put into that one vehicle for you through your 401k. The only difference is that company is giving you that 401k. They've actually said, this is what you have. Do with what you have what you can do. And that's why I tell people, learn what's in your 401k. Be friends with your advisor. See them on a quarterly basis. Tell them to explain to you what's in your portfolio. That's your account. You are responsible for it. If you do nothing, they do nothing for you. So that's my spiel. That 401k, whew, I just want people to be aware. If you don't care about your money, it won't care about you. So that was number 2. Number 3 is just getting started. What can you do to just get started? What's the first thing you need to do? The first thing is do something. Do something. Stop watching, stop reading, stop looking, stop purchasing all these books and products and all that. Do something. Open you up a brokerage account. A brokerage account you can do at Vanguard. You can do at TD Ameritrade. You can do, Scott Trade is no longer here. You can do it Ally Bank. You can do it Trade King. There's multiple. I usually, my three favorites, TD Ameritrade, Vanguard, and Ally Bank. If you don't know how to do it, those three, the platforms are so awesome. They will walk you step by step. My course, which will be ready at the end of next month, will actually walk you through too. And I kind of try to make it very, very simple for you. But if you can't wait to the end, call them. Get $100, get $50. There is no initial amount. I get that question all the time. How much do I need to start with? Start with something. I had one person, she had $20. We started with $20. We found her a $6 stock and got her started. She's in, at least you're in. So that's where getting started comes. Listen to the news, start paying attention to your environment. I did a while ago, driving for stocks. When I'm driving, when I'm looking my environment, everywhere I go, I'm always looking for companies that I'm familiar with. So before you starting going overseas and going to China and finding companies that you're going to get taxed on, you're right here at home. There's thousands. We have 4,900 stocks here companies that are publicly traded. So get a company or think of a company that you use on a daily basis and start there. So the key is to start. Open that account. Make a list, even if it's on a piece of paper. I show you in my course how to start your watch list, but I don't have time to do that right now. Start writing down, get you a journal and write down the list of companies that you think that might be public that you might want to purchase. Let's see, open a brokerage account. Okay, number 4. What are 3 books that I recommend? So reading is I don't even know how to say how important reading is, especially if in the field of what you're trying to do or where you're trying to go. You have to get the story from someone else. Don't redo the wheel. Whatever your niche is, find the person that's doing it and doing it well, and you follow them, because you can live right next door to the same person doing the same thing, and your way of doing it will not interfere with them. There's enough money to go around. There's enough business to go around. So find your niche and go that way. I don't know how I got to that, but I was talking about the books. So my first book is, and you guys have probably read it, but have you read it? It's Tony Robbins' Master the Game. That book, and because he talks a lot about annuities, he talks about in there, he talks about insurance, he talks about real estate. So the 3 things to success is real estate, having your own business, and the stock market. You can't earn your way into financial freedom. You cannot work. You can work and work and work and work and work and work. As long as you work, you're going to get tax and tax and tax and tax and tax. So W-2 is good, but use your W-2 as your bank to buy your way into your business. But let me say this, everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to want a business. Be good at what you're doing. We need employees as entrepreneurs. If you're good at that, I want a good person to work for me. So stay in what you think you're good at and be good at it, and not let people talk you out of it. Everybody's not meant to be a business person. So when you are a W-2 earner, that lane right there, just be good at it within that and make sure your money's right. So that's where the 401k comes in. The second book is what's called The Education of Millionaires. It's by Michael Ellsberg. This book is phenomenal. So I use this book when I educate young adults, because it talks about why education is not for everyone. However, it is, just like I just said, for some people, education is the way to go. I have 4 degrees, so I love learning. So I cannot say that education is not, but I also am an entrepreneur also. So Michael Ellsberg, Ellsberg, The Education of Millionaires, my second book. And my third book is from my new mentor. It's called Mind Right, Life Right by Ash Cash, Ashcash, phenomenal. He gives good affirmations. He's positive. The book is really forefront in changing your mindset on how you think about money and how you think about how you treat money and how you think about what you're doing with what you're doing with wherever you are. You can take his information and take it there. So you're not getting put into one lane or another. Number 5 here is, what is my greatest accomplishment? My greatest accomplishment is scaling my investment clubs. So I think I mentioned earlier, I do have 4 personal investment clubs, all 6-figure plus, very successful clubs. My newest one is with all my besties, the group of 18. That's Sisters Seeking Success. I think you might have seen some pictures of those. We are 3 years old, but we're close to half a million. And teaching my ladies about the stock market, and then teaching them just and not just me teaching, getting information from them also. These are 18 wonderful powerhouse working women that also work and that have tools and gifts. So we share, but the goal of the club is learning the stock market, and we do invest in the stock market. So the investment clubs, and then from there, my other clubs, my original one, and now I consult. So learning how to scale my investment clubs has been a very, very one of my greatest accomplishments, because now I can take this gift and give it to others in groups, and those groups can do the same thing, and they just can continue going down. So it's easier to teach 10 people the same at one time than to teach one and let it go. So more people can get this knowledge, and we can learn what's been hidden from us for so long. It just needs to be broken down. Teaching others, financial legacies, and besides earning 6 figures in 2 of those clubs, just the camaraderie that we get, the collaboration that we get, the dinners, the sisters learning how to relate to each other, and men. This is not. It is for you also. So the real estate investment club, guess what? I got a whole bunch of men in there. So now it's not just women, because it is about legacy building and moving forward. And clubs, for me, I think they are phenomenal, because you can do with more than one person what you would normally do with one person, and get the word out quicker and teach faster. Number 6. What will you learn from this tour? So all of this information and everything from Stock 101, you will learn. So I wrote down a list of everything that I'm going to be teaching when on the tour for anyone who joins us. So how to create a strategy, what types of stocks to buy, what company you should invest in, how to research a company, how to know when to buy, how to know when to sell. That's key, because the key is to, what you want to do, buy low, sell high, and you got to know when to do that, because you don't want to be looking at the stock market every day. Stock market terminology, you can't walk into it if you don't know what a dividend is, if you don't know what the NASDAQ is. So you have to kind of know some terms in order for it to relate to you. Just think about the job that you're at. When you got that job, even though you had skills, you still had to be retrained to learn that specific job for that specific company. So stock market is the same way, but you don't need to know everything. You need to know enough to get you started. And as you start, then you progress. I've been doing this for over 20 years, since 2005. And to this day, I'm still learning, always giving, always teaching. Stock market term, and then when stocks fit into your cash flow matrix. Cash flow matrix. Yes, there is a cash flow matrix. Yes, every dollar that you make should have a place to where it's going. There should be a flow of income. So when I work with my clients, every dollar has a destination, literally, because if it does not have a destination, it will go poof. If we don't know where it's going, it's the same thing. You want to know where it's going. That's why you need a strategy, even with the stock market. You don't want to just go in buying and selling. What are you trying to accomplish? How long do you want to take to get in there? The stock market is not a fast pace. It is longer term, but when you have a cash flow matrix, that long-term money is built in to where you always have cash to invest into the stock market. So finding money with money you already have to become the investor, making the money you have a bank so that you can invest. And in this case, it could be real estate, it could be the stock market, it could be coins. It can be gold and silver. It can be cryptocurrency. It can be stocks and bonds. It can be CDs. But you have to have an investment line, a bank that's allocated to your investing only. And that's what you would put into the stock market to make that stock market make the money that you want it to make. And then my last question here is, why should you make the investment to secure the bags? Does it cost to go to this tour? Absolutely. Absolutely, it costs. We pay for everything that we go to. It shouldn't be any different here. As you can tell, like I said, I have a lot of degrees. So to give this information out is for you, not for me. I already have it. So all these ladies have put in a lot of time and management money to get this information to you. But why should you invest into it? Why is this something that you would want to come to? Because you personally would want to learn how to leave your own legacy. So we already know what we're doing with ours. You want one-on-one guidance, one-on-one mentorship is what you'll get. I think the VIPs are sold out. The elites, we have 5 seats, I believe, left for the elite seating, but there's lots of virtual seatings. So you will get a full flow of all the different avenues that I talked about: the real estate, the stock market, and the VA contracting and branding marketing strategy from Chanel at this tour. All 4 of us will be speaking. So what you are getting is invaluable, especially when it's hands-on. I have a mentor. All the ladies that are speaking all have mentors. We've had to go to somebody else to get what we have to give. And I have a mentor today. They still do. So you will be able to get a mentor to choose one of the avenues that fits what you're looking for. Let's see. Hands-on learning is important. I don't know how everybody learns. I am a hands-on learner. When I went to school, I had to go in class. I couldn't do the online, but that doesn't mean it's not for you. So virtual might be for you. So virtual will be fine. Then, you can play it and rewind it over and over and over. Hear what we have to say, study what we're teaching you, learn from us who's already done what you're trying to do. And if there's something that you have, it's the same thing. It could be reciprocated. I can only give you what I have. And my quote, everybody knows I quote this all the time. They say, Donna, I will have 2 quotes. I have to tell you both. And no, I'm not crazy. Like I keep saying, I am a nurse. So my first quote is, they say, you don't get enough sleep because you need to go to sleep. And I say, I can sleep when I die. I'm up, I study, I'm on my grind all the time. I have a mission to empower and educate as many as I can before I step away from here. That is what God has given me to do. And I understand that. And those around me understand that. And my second one is, of course, this money. Has to do with money. 10% of everything you earn is yours to keep. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. If you tithe, pay your tithes and pay you. So that's 20%. But you need to pay yourself first. When you don't have a lot, you pay yourself first. When you have a lot, you pay yourself first. That 10% of 100 is the same 10% of 100,000. So 10% of everything you earn is yours to keep. So I'm supposed to post questions for anyone who has questions for me. I didn't want to make it too long. Hopefully I didn't go too fast either. So I'm looking here. Does anyone have any questions? Chanel, can you post the link for the tour, or Tamara, post the link for the tour so everyone can see it? If you have any questions about the stock market, if you have any questions about what I've said, just remember, I wrote this other little quote too. You can't earn your way to financial freedom. I think we talked about that a little bit earlier. You gotta have a side hustle. Everyone has a gift of some type. You just have to scale that gift. Let's see what else we got. What else? Any questions? The 3 book titles. They are Tony Robbins, Master the Game, The Education of Millionaires by Michael Ellsberg, Ellsberg. Hi, Alviona. Hi, Helga. Hi. Oh, that's Chanel. I'm trying to look at the same time. And my third book is called Mind Right, Life Right by Ash Cash. And everybody knows my daughter's Ashley, right? And why did my dad call her Ash Cash? So when I met this man who is now my mentor, I was just like, this we're just line up. He does what I do and does it to the 19th power of what I do. So yes, I will be hiring him. Yes. So master the game. The education of millionaires, phenomenal. If you have children, they need to read that book. It is not it is not putting down college. It's just giving an alternative and helping them open up their minds to what else they could do possibly. Entrepreneurship is just the way to success. And mind right, life right. And remember, just never put down, everybody doesn't want everything. And I in no way ever want to negate someone who might want to not be an entrepreneur, who is just, doing what they want to do. I'm speaking to those who need to hear what I'm having to say. Those who do want to become entrepreneurs, those who do want to do something different, those who do want to learn the stock market, where there's lots of, and it's so fun, you guys. So fun. Learning the stock market is so fun. You get to see what the big boys are talking about. You get to read the balance sheets, know what these companies are doing, knowing what they're selling. Oprah, I don't know if you guys know it, Weight Watchers, she's a 10% owner of Weight Watchers. She walked in there and she's making moves. Weight Watchers is an excellent stock to get right now. It was not doing well. And when the company's not doing well, that's when you buy it. That's what we call a sale. You buy it when chatter's going on, when it drops down, you buy it, and then after that you you sell it when it's high, or you keep it, because remember, it's a legacy. You can be a millionaire by paper because you don't make money in the stock market till you sell that stock. So everything that I have sitting in my portfolio is sitting there. I'm not taxed on it until I sell it. Okay, that's another little trick, a strategy to making sure your money is not taxed with capital gains tax. So you learn all these strategies in my course, and much, much, much more. Let me see. Great information. Let's see. Who else? Any more questions? Any more questions? If you play this later and you put replay, I'll try to, or if you send it to someone and they watch it later, I'll try to address their questions. Tasha McCray got Weight Watchers, Yahoo. And if you watch Weight Watchers, if you look into where it shows the owners are important, because everyone knows how I am with Tesla and how Tesla has done phenomenal, made a lot of money with Tesla. However, Tesla has done what we call this is just a little tricklet, what's called a bull run. So that price jumping up high like that and going up and up and up, and that's not a true value, because the company cannot be valued that quick over time. That's just gossip, it's hearsay. That's people running in to try to make money. And did I make money? Yes. But that's for us investors that's been in for a while. We know what it is. But someone coming in, if you go in there doing that, you could risk losing money. You don't want to go into the stock market without any knowledge. But so knowledge is power. And I think I said that before earlier. Where do you keep your 10%? I keep my 10% in a separate account that I cannot touch. So I think I talked about Ally Bank before. It has a savings account I think it was 2%. I think it's 1.49. That's my 10% account, because that's my investment portfolio account. So that money, 10% of my check, is allocated to go into that account no matter what, before I see it. So I have the amount that goes into my 401k because I still work. I have the amount that goes into my investment. I have the amount that goes into my emergency fund. So I have 5 accounts. I have more, but 5 major accounts. And that is how I make sure that money goes to where it needs to go. So the 10% goes into your investment account. That's the 10% of everything you earn is yours to keep. What's the date and location for your tour? It is March 21st. And look in the link, Christina. There's a link there that talks about where it is, but it's March 21st through the let me make sure I got the dates right. 20th, I'm sorry, through the 22nd. It is in Charlotte, North Carolina for my California people. I will, I know, because all my other nurses are on the East Coast, but the virtual, you can still get the virtual and do that at home. So there's a link in here. Chanel, if you can post that link again for that tour to join us. It's going to be phenomenal. Tamara is like, I can't even say words for what she's done. She's made a couple of millionaires already. Her VA contracting and all of her multifamily units, she just has a story. Tasha, another phenomenal. Chanel, just some powerhouse women. And we're just trying to educate and get everyone else to know what we know in the lane that we're in. I know. I'm coming here soon. I'm bringing all the ladies here. I just got to get a date. Funding the Block will be having an event in August, and that's the Real Estate Investment Club that's here. So these ladies will be here for that, but I am trying to bring the whole tour here. I'll look for the virtual link. Thank you, Christina. I miss you. I haven't seen you in so long. You live right down the street from me, too. Chanel's there. So the date's there. Get your virtual seats because it's still the same thing. You still get access to me. You can still get access to via the virtual, but my course and all of our courses, all of us have courses that you can purchase separately. But, even just me having this one-on-one conversation, it does impact a little bit more than just a book because I can talk in between the lines. I can answer questions that might be missed if you just read. So you don't want to miss out. It's going to be great. All right. Right. Yes. And like Chanel says, you can learn from everywhere. You can be in your kitchen. I'm at my boyfriend's house now in the kitchen because my computer didn't work. And this is what it'll be like for you for virtual. Wherever you are, you turn on and you'll be able to see us. Oh, I love you too. Oh my gosh. I have to see you in Surrey. All right. So unless I have any other questions, I want to thank you guys for showing up out of taking your Sunday time out. I didn't want to take a whole bunch of time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And come on out and see us. Follow me on Instagram. Right now I'm on McCash Co. I will be changing that soon, but I'll let you know. Mrs. Dollar has her own page. I teach education about things about children at that page. Join me at that page if you have children, if you have grandchildren. I showed you how to set up a custodial account on there. Mrs. Dollar talks to parents, and I talk to you about money with your children. I'm going to be talking about, I did a little tip about taxes. I'm going to do another little tip about taxes pretty soon here, and about financial aid. That's going to be my next key tip. So follow Mrs. Dollar too. Thank you guys. Have a good day. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you.